Welcome to the American Dream Podcast World Tour. I'm your host, Ekaterina, and in today's episode, we have a fascinating guest from Kurdistan. Together, we'll explore inspiring stories and diverse perspectives that resonate with the universal quest for dreams and success. Welcome aboard. This is the American Dream Podcast. I'm here in the studio with Sadaf from Iran. Welcome to the show. So we actually just met for the first time and you already shocked me with some interesting things about where you actually from. It's not Iran.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
I'm from Kurdistan.
Mm-hmm.
Kurdish nation is a big nation. About 40 million, more than 40 million people live in Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
And they divided between four countries, Iran, Iraq, Turkey, and Syria.
Mm-hmm.
And I was born and grew up in the closest part to Iran is part of Iran actually, and I'm citizen of Iran, but I'm Kurd. Yeah.
Okay. So explain to me your life in Kurdistan. How was it before you came to the United States?
Okay, I was born in a small town in Kurdistan,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a fun childhood. I went to school. And I continued my education in pharmacy in Tehran University of Medical Science, which is one of the good universities in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good. It was normal until I decided to move to U.S.
Mm-hmm. So how long ago did that happen?
I was about 3 years ago. I decided to come here, but the process until I could get in here took a long time because of the COVID, the travel bans. So I came here January 2022.
Okay, so
2022.
Okay, so 2 years ago,
Yes.
you came here officially, and you are an international student, actually. You said you're not an immigrant.
Yes, I'm international student.
So what motivated you to search for better opportunity and education in the United States specifically?
That's a nice question. The different education plans in the world attracted me to search more about it, and I could see if I want to have a better career, it's better to study in better universities and have more experience with the other people in the world. So not just stuck in one place. And the opportunities here, I've searched about it. It was more, you could follow your dreams. If you, it's easier to follow your dreams, and yeah.
You just
That's
wanted to
why-
follow your dreams.
Yeah.
How did your family, what did they think about it?
Oh, they're so missing me.
Yes. Did they?
But they respect my decision.
Okay. So they accepted your decision and they weren't judgmental that you want to pursue a better opportunity outside of your homeland.
Yes, of course. Missing me is a part of it because we're attached. Our culture is we love each other. We live together, and we see each other weekly, and we saw each other weekly. We had gatherings and events. But when I wanted to move, especially my mom was so sad about it, but she respected my decision and said, if you want to follow your dreams, I respect it. And actually, I did this before in Iran one more time. I lived in Kurdistan part of Iran, and after age of 18, I decided to move to Tehran, which is capital of Iran, to study. So I did that one time, but it was closer, so we could see each other more. But it was the second time that I decided to move.
So is your family planning to achieve their American dream too and maybe move here and give it a shot?
My parents are retired. We didn't talk about it. Maybe they come for visit me, but probably not. They're
live
enjoying
here?
their entire their retirement time.
Are you planning to stay here?
It's a big question. For now, I'm studying here, and I will see in later We will see.
Do you have an American dream?
No.
No, you don't?
Would you please explain more about what you mean when you ask, do you have an American dream?
Okay, so the American dream concept is what this podcast is about. To each and every immigrant, it's a different thing. For some people, it's more financial. So they come here and they want to become rich. For some people, it's more mental. They're seeking freedom of religion or freedom of expression, whatever it is, but it's more mentally. So everyone who comes to America have that goal and that dream, which is something that you mentioned earlier too, that you were coming here for that dream. So what is your dream here in America? To be independent, to have a better education, to find a good paying job, to have a big family, to have a big house. It's a lot of different things. So to each their own.
Cool. Actually, America is a big country with a lot of opportunity and freedom and whatever, as you said, people around the world want, they can find it here, maybe most of them. And it is not one thing for me. When I was decided to move and find a place to have more opportunity, I thought about different parts of it. So a little bit of anything you said, it could be part of it. Freedom, having better job, not just here. You know, if I have the education here, it is acceptable in most part of the world. A better life, I will see. I'm just making more experience.
You're just exploring
here.
right now.
Yeah. I see how is it going on, and I think I didn't have any. I didn't saw any something that makes me step
back
about U.S. until now. But
until now,
yeah.
What is it?
No. You mean? My mean is that I'm just watching, and maybe in future I make my decision. Okay, this is the place that I want to live entire my life here. Until now, I didn't see anything that stepped me back about it, but I didn't make my certain decision still now. But
is there anything at all about America that attracts you so much to this country and being here?
It's a lot. A lot of good thing in America attracted me and a lot of other people. One of them is that freedom, that you can make your decisions. I think it's one of the main
things.
Freedom lands in the world. I think so. The other thing is financial, as you said. Working here, as much as you work harder, not just more hours, smarter, you can make more here. But it's I think the limitation of making money here is less than most of the parts, most of the other parts in the world. And the people, I don't know where it's coming from, but people here are so nice.
Well, it's Midwest. That's what everyone says. Yes. When I moved here too, everyone is smiling at you. Everyone has this, happy face on, and everyone is ready to help. All the time.
Yes, that's so nice, and I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you had any expectations when you were not moving here, but coming here as a student for the first time, your first year? Did you had any expectations in your mind that this is what my life here is going to look like?
Actually, it was not clear for me how it would be living here and study here, but I think it's better than what I think. What I thought before. It's better than what I thought before. Especially education plans. I like it. I love it. I was in university back in there, and it was not bad, but it was the education plan was condensed, and I had to do a lot at the end of the semester for my finals. But here with the assignments and studying every day, and it's split off. You can study every day, and at the end of the semester you can have a better grade and you learn more.
So basically you get what you put in.
instead of just being attending in class and do a big test at the end of the semester, and that was not good.
All right, so share with me a little bit about your first experiences and some of the things you saw about America when you just first landed here. Did something surprise you besides just American, I guess, welcoming culture?
The first day I came here, my experience is about Springfield, which is
same. That's where I landed too. It was Bolivar, actually.
I would like to answer this question when I saw more places in US, but I'm talking about this town that I'm living, the city I'm living in. As I lived in crowd city like Tehran before, when I came here, I saw it's smaller. The downtown is smaller and everything is slower, calm, not busy that much. It is busy, people running all the time, but it does. You don't feel it when you're outside and talking to people and seeing people. Everything and the nature everywhere is green and beautiful. I came in January, so after a couple of months, everywhere was heaven. So it was so nice. And yeah, I think that was about the culture. People were so nice. And this is about the city and what else, if you help me.
Yeah, so it's been 2 years now since you moved here, and it sounds like you really love it here in the Midwest. Yes.
Yeah, I enjoy
Do tornadoes scare you?
Oh, tornadoes. Good thing to mention. Yeah. We don't have tornado back in
Same.
there. We have earthquake.
Oh.
But tornadoes, when at the beginning I came here and I heard alarms and I saw people worried about it and some friends texting me, be careful. Is it really? I don't
something
think
going to be that bad?
Is it that much serious? Okay, probably it's some wind and that's it. But no, it was not. Last year, I think one of the trees next to my house fell down. I said, this is serious. I need to be careful. I know, I'm aware.
And you still love it here with this bipolar weather in Missouri that everyone is making fun of.
And the other thing is about being cold, being warm.
Yes,
Next
bipolar
day,
weather.
Yeah, bipolar. Exactly.
Yes.
I don't think it's a bad thing. Everywhere has different climates, so I'm okay with it.
What were some of the initial challenges that you had when you moved here? Were you taught English in your homeland?
Oh, I studied English, basic English in my country because of school. You know,
Is it required?
It was one of the required classes that we took, but it was not like speaking. It was not like writing essays. I was just could read because we had to read textbooks in university. They tried to teach us how to read it, and it was more about terms that I studied in my field, which was pharmacy. But after I came here, I tried to listen to YouTube videos and improve my English. And then I went to an English class to here for one semester. It was nice. And talking to people, involving in conversations helped me to improve it. I know I'm not good at it, but I'm trying to be.
No, I think you speak very good English. I
Thank you.
understand
I
everything you're
appreciate it.
saying, and you're speaking it very clear too.
Thank you
so
so
I have
much.
no trouble understanding you. Is there any other challenges that you faced upon arriving here?
At the beginning, I didn't have a car when I came here.
Yes, yeah.
And maybe you think it's weird, but in other places that I've been in my country, and I traveled to other countries, couple of countries, you could walk. You can walk everywhere. You can walk to your grocery shopping. You can walk to downtown. You can walk
To school.
Really, to school. Yeah, but here it was a big problem for me to walking for what I want to do, to school or doing grocery shopping. So it was the first idea. I need to have a car.
And driver's license.
Yes, and driving license. Yeah, living without car here is hard, which maybe people are used to and they don't even think about it. But there are some parts of the world that people, some families really don't have car. They don't need it. They have, they can walk around and they use public transportation for going otherwise. It's weird, but now I'm used to it.
So it's the lack of public transportation was one of the main challenges for you.
There was some buses, but they didn't have stop everywhere. So it was challenging. And yeah.
And now you have a car.
Yeah.
I saw you pulling in and parking.
Yeah.
So would you say getting a driver's license is one of your biggest achievements here in the US? If not, what it is?
When you want to do a test, even driving license test, you're nervous. And I said, I need to do this. But after that, you accept it. It makes sense about all the tests and all the goals in the life. After you achieve it, it's going to be smaller. Before that, it's a big issue. I was nervous. I didn't know how it could be. Driving here, it was different. We didn't have stop signs in our country. So seeing this, no, it's just about lights. And that's it. To be used to seeing the stop signs and stop in the streets, it took time for me. So really, I need to stop for all of them? Yes, you need.
And the yield sign too.
Yes, yield sign too. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Yeah. But now I think I'm used to this. It's much more better. I like it because it's safer. You know?
Any other achievements that you can share with us that you are mostly proud of so far here in America?
It's hard for me to say something is the biggest achievement for me because I expect all the time more and more from myself. So I don't want to say this is the biggest because I expect more and more from myself all the time. But the thing is that in this 1 year and
2 years,
my English improved. I'm happy about it. It's not the biggest achievement, but
so far.
Oh yeah. If you look at it like that, yes, my English improved. I did my driving license. I settled down and make a lot of friends. Yeah, I made a lot of friends, and I learned a lot from them. I have friends from different nations now. It is one of the things that I like about America.
Multicultural.
You see all the cultures around. You see all the mindsets. You see a lot here. And I've learned making international foods. That is interesting. Yeah, before that, I was used to making my foods. But now I see other people's, what they eat, what they make. And
what international food are you making now?
Now, one of my friends from Europe taught me how to make their food. So,
where are they from?
They're from Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they have different foods, and now I can make their foods as well, some of them. And I share my foods with them and show them how is it, and it's cool.
What about American food?
American foods.
Do you like American food?
I like all the foods. But the most thing that I was surprised about it, and I said, oh, it's cool. It was biscuit and gravy. I think it's very American. I'm not sure, but I like it.
Yes. Yeah, you like biscuits and gravy. Yeah, that's your favorite American food?
Yeah, I haven't seen that texture and that kind of food before. And I like it.
Okay.
I had sometimes for my breakfast.
That's very American of you. Is there anything about your Iranian Kurdish background that you really miss here in the US?
I miss Kurdistan a lot. It has a beautiful nature here has a beautiful nature as well. But the hometown, where you grew up, you have memories there, you have peoples there, you've been loved there. So I miss it a lot. But the thing is that one of our foods, I cannot make it here easily. I tried one time. It was not the best, but I wish I could go back and try that foods named kebab.
Oh,
back in there.
kebab?
I know most of the countries, most of the nations have different kind of kebab, but I miss mines, and it's hard to make it here for me.
Has there been any disappointments or maybe setbacks along the way so far about America?
It's a lot of good things about Americans here, and I didn't know about them. And as I said, they're lovely, they're so nice, they're smart, they're hard workers. Sometimes it depends on the different group of people. Sometimes I wish people knew more about the other countries.
This is why I have this podcast. This is the exact reason why, because I want Americans to be educated about other countries and cultures.
Cool.
Because I'm tired of those people, coming to my podcast and be like, you know what? People don't even understand where I'm from. And I'm like, that's rude. That's so unfair, because usually American people think that if you have this accent or this accent, you are, let's say, from Russia, Slavic accent. If you're from this, if you look this way, you are from this country. Yeah. So it's the stereotypes.
Yeah. And I've met some peoples that were really educated about other nations, and even, as I said, Kurdistan is an area in Middle East, and it's divided between 4 countries. Even they knew about it.
Oh, wow.
It was surprising, and it gave me a big smile. I said, really? I love you.
And I don't have to explain it again for 800 times.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not like that, and we need to talk about it more and more and explain about details and maybe we can, maybe not just the movies can help us to know. Maybe talking to people who really came from there and live there.
And listen to this podcast.
Yeah, of course.
That's where you will educate yourself, really. Has anybody approached you with a weird stereotype about your homeland yet?
Weird stereotype?
Or just any stereotype?
Well, you mean they made a comment or something that was weird?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, I was waiting for that. Everyone.
It was funny because I don't know, some movies maybe shows a different picture of the area in Middle East, not just Kurdistan or Iran or Iraq or anywhere else, but some imagination is kind of maybe funny. And so someone asked me, did you have ice cream before in your country? I said, of course, please. Yes, we have ice creams. We have delicious foods. We have fun there. We have beautiful nature. We have beautiful buildings.
Which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, of course. Yes. And the other one was kind of funny too. And they said, do you guys live in desert? No.
Oh my God.
We are living in beautiful cities. Like here, the cities are beautiful. Everywhere is beautiful if you want to look in the right way, have their own beauties.
See, I can relate to that because every time I'm from Russia and every time I introduce myself to people, they're like, oh, do you drink vodka all the time? Oh, do you have summer there? I'm like, yeah, we have all 4 seasons. Can you believe that? So if people from Kurdistan wanted to move to the United States, what would you tell them?
I tell them, you're going to have fun here. Just follow your dreams. Don't stop and never give up.
And looking ahead at your personal journey, are there any hopes or aspirations for the future that you are personally looking forward to achieve here in the U.S.?
the most thing that I'm focusing on here is my education. And I really like the way of education here, the way of learning and teaching in universities here. And I wish I can get in one of the good schools for continuing my education here. Now I started, but I hope I can continue until I say, okay, I did my way.
I'm here in the studio with Sadaf from Kurdistan. Is Sadaf your real name, or is that a nickname that you came up with when you moved here to America?
It's my real name. My parents call me Sadaf. It means seashell.
I know, I Googled that actually, and
really?
I told my mom about our interview too, and she was like, that's so pretty. But that's the meaning, seashell. So what is your full name?
My full name is, actually, I need to explain this. Mariam Akbari. It's my full name. Sadaf is not a nickname. My parents named me Sadaf when I was born, but in ID, I'm Mariam, and they call me Sadaf. It's kind of usual to have two names there. So it's here they call it middle name or something, but it was my name when I was born.
Okay. It's very pretty, and the meaning of it is beautiful too. And you are from Kurdistan, like I mentioned before.
Yes.
So before this interview, I thought that you were from Iran, but this is not the case. So we're gonna talk about your homeland now, which is Kurdistan.
Yeah.
So I know actually nothing about it, and it took us a second to find it on Google because I kept spelling it wrong. So it's a very tiny country. Is that right?
And not that much tiny. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the population or yes, population. More than 40 million people lives in Kurdistan. But about the area and the land, I exactly don't know how big is it, but it is not small. It's like a middle-sized country, maybe. For Americans, if I want to explain, maybe it's about the size of Texas.
Texas, okay.
Maybe.
The whole country is Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So what do you think sets your country apart as a travel destination for people?
Kurdistan has a very beautiful nature and very historical history places that you like to visit, and their foods are perfect.
So let's start. Yes, I know she's already getting all excited about the food, but let's talk about nature first. Can you name some destinations in your home country that you would like people to see?
Kurdistan is divided in 4 countries. So the Iraqi part, Irani part, Turkey and Syria part, they have different natures. I lived in the Irani parts. But I know the Iraqi part, which is the west of Kurdistan, they have beautiful historical places, and the east of Kurdistan, which I lived there, has a lot too. I haven't been in other 2 parts, but there is a place named Bisutun. It's in Kermanshah. It's about years ago, and you can see the culture, the empire's painting on the walls and the waterfall, and I don't know, the people who study history and these kind of things, they know how to read those handwritings and the meaning of them. It's interesting. And yeah, there are parts that you like to visit. It's about history. It's because the Kurdistan's calendar, it's about 2,700 something is our calendar for now. So it's kind of...
Not 365 days?
No. This year...
The year?
It's 2,700 something of our calendar.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys live in the future.
No. You. For example, I want to clarify it. Now it's 2024. Am I right? Mm-hmm. And there is another calendar in Middle East, which is 1404 or 3. I'm not sure. And ours is 2700 something. It means it starts from very earlier.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah,
that there are different
that's
calendars.
Why I was searching to tell you the right one. I think it's 2737. I'm not sure, but it's about 2700. So we have a lot of historical, and we had empires back in their medias. Lived in there, had palaces. You can visit them. Even in small towns, you can see different small palaces in different places. The peoples who lead that small towns, their places are there, and you can see we keep them to visit and for explain for future. It's nice. Yeah.
So for a person who travels to Kurdistan for the first time ever, where should they land?
Maybe Erbil.
Where is that?
West part of it's west part of Kurdistan. West and south, which I think it's beautiful, and Suleymaniye as well. And after that, Kermanshah, which is my city. Yeah.
How big is your city, by the way? How many people live there?
Kermanshah is not a city; it's couples of city together,
like a state.
Like a state, but not actually a state. But yes, like states. I live in a town in it. I grew up in a town. The town had like 200,000 people. It was not a big one, but yep.
Okay. When was the last time you were in your homeland? When was the last time you were home?
Before I come here.
It was just 2 years ago? You never came back?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. What are some common misconceptions or stereotypes about Iranian culture that you think people often overlook and are maybe scared to go to your home country?
You mean Kurdistan? There's nothing scared to go there. They're so welcoming for especially foreign peoples to visit.
So Kurdistan is a popular travel destination, it sounds like.
Some part of it, like the west and south part, yes, more. And they are all about dancing and foods and camping and all of these. So I don't know. What should I mention? I don't think I think there's nothing scary about it.
Speaking of foods, can you share a little bit about that? What are foods to try in Kurdistan?
Okay. There are a lot of foods that you may see them in different culture, different countries, but different place make it in their own way. So it's make it special. Okay. Kebabs are one of them. I miss it.
You love your kebabs.
But there are some specific foods that you just find them there. One of them is kalane. Kalane is like a bread, which naan. I think naan is familiar with Americans now. Because
naan like what?
Bread, like lavash. Like
okay, lavash. Yeah. I know what that is. Yes, it's like a tortilla.
Yeah, not like that. It's cooked fully.
Okay.
And you made it and you put some veggies on it and you bake it, so it's kind of snack. It could be a meal as well. And yaprak, it's the leaves of the grape tree, and you put some rice and other ingredients inside and make a small box of it and you cook them. It's one of our favorites.
So are there any restaurants to go to that you can name?
Oh, restaurants in Kurdistan. Actually, I don't know their names, but I'm sure that anyone go there, everywhere can find good restaurants because people are all about eating good foods.
Okay, interesting. How are people in Kurdistan feeling about travelers?
Yes, they are very welcoming for tourists. They are very, they want to show them everything. They want to invite them to their home. And yes, they are.
Do people in Kurdistan speak English, or do you need to know a little bit of Kurdistan, or what language actually do people in Kurdistan speak?
Okay, this is a little bit complicated. I try to explain it. Our main language is Kurdish.
Okay.
Our mother tongue language is Kurdish, which itself has 4 dialects. And they are so different. I know 2 of them. I'm working on the 3rd one. But they are totally different, but all of them are Kurdish. Like Sorani, Kalhori, Horami, and Kurmanji. Different part of Kurdistan have their own dialect, but all of it is Kurdish. So different part of Kurdistan, which is part of other countries like Iranian part, Iraqi part, Turkey part, and Suri part, they have second language. Me as a citizen of Iran, a Kurdish person, my first language was Kurdish, but I went to school with Persian language.
Okay.
And the people in Turkey, they speak Turkish. The people in Iraq, almost Arabic, and Syria as well, Arabic. But in Iraqi part, there are some American universities and international universities. They have collaboration, am I right?
Collaboration, probably.
Yeah. Here, and the students go there to study, and they need to study in English. So we have this kind of speaking English, but no, our first language is Kurdish.
Okay, so do you need to know a little bit of Kurdish before you come to Kurdistan?
Oh, if a tourist going there, I'm sure that they don't have any problem with speaking English. No,
Okay.
it's okay because you definitely find people who can speak English.
Can you teach me a little bit of Kurdish?
Oh, yeah, of course.
How to say welcome to the show, or welcome, let's actually say welcome to Kurdistan.
بخیر بن با کردستان.
Okay. بخیر با Kurdistan.
بخیر بن
Oh, بخیر بن با
کردستان.
با Kurdistan. Oh, okay. بخیر بن با Kurdistan. Close
Almost,
enough?
yes. بخیر بن, I know it's...
بخیر بن.
بخیر بن.
بخیر بن. بخیر بن.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry. I tried so hard pronouncing that language.
You're
I
perfect.
choked on
You're
my saliva.
perfect.
بخیر بن با Kurdistan.
Cool.
Awesome.
got
And how to
it.
say hello?
Slow.
Slow?
Slow.
Oh, slow.
You're
Slow.
right.
Okay.
Correct.
Awesome. And what are the different dialects? How are they different? Is it different languages completely, or just the pronunciation?
The alphabets are the same. And the root of the words are the same as well. But the pronunciation and sometimes the words and the grammars are different. The grammars is the hardest part to learn other dialects because it's, for me, learning the other dialect, because I know one of them is easier, but from someone who don't know Kurdish at all, different dialect is different language for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about transportation now. You mentioned that in the country you're from, you can just walk everywhere, and it's so much different from the US. So when a tourist lands in the airport, should they take a taxi or should they just walk somewhere?
Oh, of course, they can take a taxi. If they want, they can use, some parts have like subway.
Okay.
And yeah, there are buses, good buses that you can take. They're modern, they're comfortable. And of course, they can rent a taxi as well.
Can they rent a car?
They can rent a car as well, yes.
How is it expensive to travel to Kurdistan?
Okay, it's another story. When it comes to financial things, it's hard to compare them together. But I know the value of dollar is more than the value of the money units back in there. But even Kurdistan has different parts. Like, as I told you, the West and East, they have different units for their
currency.
Money. They have their money are different, but definitely it's not expensive. So if you change your dollar to the money that they use there, it's not expensive to have a good travel, good food, stay in good hotels, and have a good time and being back. But I cannot say a specific number, you know.
What is the best way to travel around Kurdistan? And by that, I mean with a tourist guide or by yourself? And how would that experience go?
Of course, anywhere you want to travel, if you have someone, a tourist guide with you who knows the different places, it helps a lot. But you can search yourself and have your own car and go around. But having a person, they can show you the special places that they know, and could be nice.
Is there a specific time of year that people should consider going to Kurdistan? Are there any festivals or interesting traditions that you can share with us about Kurdistan?
I like this question. In the spring, 21st of March, in 21st of March, which is the beginning of spring in our country, our nation, our country, we have the New Year Eve named Nowruz. Nowruz is the beginning of the year, and it's a big celebration in there. Everyone are about celebrating, dancing, making foods, going to nature, and everywhere you can hear the sound of the music. So I think one of the best, and the weather is nice in this season. I think the best time for going there, it's in March. Like 21st of March until it takes 2 weeks holiday. It's about 2 weeks holiday after 21st of March. So it's a lot to see and share with people about it.
Any interesting traditions besides New Year's that you can think of for people to see? Just maybe it's not a holiday, but just a tradition to ask your travel guide to show you.
Okay, and in Kurdistan, we have different religions. So we have different religions, so you can see different way of their religious things. But the thing, it's not about all of them, but different parts has some different specific thing to talk about it. In some parts, which is my city, it's one of those parts, they are big about eating. When you go there, they don't let you to just have a rest. Big foods, big meals, and you gain weight.
So lose 20 pounds before you go to Kurdistan.
Yeah. And when you came back, you need to be ready for working out again. And there is another part of Kurdistan. They are big about the sugar in tea, which I had friends in America traveled there, and they said, why they use that much sugar in their tea? And it's just about that area, but it's their culture. And the other parts, they have cube sugars. So these are the way that you eat your foods and serve it. Maybe that is interesting for them.
So I can't not ask this question because it is one of the first concerns or questions that everyone is thinking about before they're going to Iran or Iraq or Syria or any Kurdistan, any of those countries that are close to each other. The religion of those countries is it Muslim?
The main religion.
Most people follow Muslim religion. Yes. So from what I've heard, a lot of women are concerned to go to those countries because they're like, we have to wear those long dresses. We have to, cover our, hair and stuff. And even in a travel show that I just watched this morning, a lady had, police officer or something like that approached because she didn't had her like hood on or something to cover her head. And she was from Russia. So on situations like that, is that a stereotype? Is that really how it is? How women should look when she's traveling to Kurdistan?
As Kurdistan has different parts, different countries, it is different in different parts. West, south of Kurdistan, which is part of Iraq, Kurdistan has like a federal area. They run their area themselves. They have collaboration with Iraq, but most of the rules they themselves make it. So you have freedom of what you want to wear in Kurdistan part of west part of Kurdistan, which is in Iraq, and there is no barrier. You can not covering your hair or what else, it's okay totally. But the other parts, because they're part of Kurdish people, I don't think most of them, I think they're okay with it. But the main country they're part of it, they have rules that the other need to follow. So the other parts, yes, I think in Irani parts or maybe Suri parts, you need to cover, but in Turkey parts and in Iraqi parts, you don't need to cover.
Okay.
So I think Iraqi parts is one of the easiest areas that people, if they want to visit, they can
Iraqi
parts, which is west, south of Kurdistan.
Okay. See, because of those research that I've done myself, I was like, out of respect, I want to show up, with the turtleneck, and we're actually matching today too. We both have this like hair thing on, and we kind of look like twins, you know. So that's why I just had to ask that question, because a lot of women are concerned. They're like, if I'm gonna go to this country, do I have to, completely cover myself and all of my skin? And what if it's hot? The weather, it's hot to go there. So, yes. Yeah. So, what advice would you give to travelers who are interested in exploring off the beaten path of Kurdistan?
One of the most beautiful, and even maybe I can send a picture of it for you.
Of course.
It's Horaman. It's a very small town between two mountains. It's very beautiful. It has very sweet peoples living there. They have a very beautiful culture and beautiful, delicious foods, and they are so lovely. And it's very small, and the way that you want to go there, it's not easy. It's in mountain. Most of the Kurdistan is made of mountains. I suggest anyone wants to see a beautiful part of Kurdistan, visit that city.
And what was the name of that city?
Horaman.
Horaman.
Yeah, I sent a picture for you.
Yes, please. Can you share any personal tips or recommendations for travelers that are planning to visit Kurdistan?
It depends on the season. Because most of the interesting thing, it's outdoor in the nature. They can have their caps. they can have caps. They can have sunscreen. They can prepare those things, and good shoes. So most of the things they want to they will be interested in to see, it's in nature. So,
and food. Lose 20 pounds before you go there.
But don't make yourself stop eating there, please. Because all the foods are delicious. Try all of them, and then you can work out and lose your weight.
Yes. So finally, what do you hope travelers will take away from their experience in Kurdistan? And maybe, is there any souvenirs to take home with them besides just experience?
I think they need to join celebrations there and see the culture, because our clothes are alive. it's not just something from the history and we just show it. This is the history clothes of Kurdistan. We use our clothes in our celebrations. We use them in our gatherings. We wear them. They're beautiful clothes. And you see it's alive when you're going somewhere it's important event there. You see everyone has their traditional clothes. And so I like them to try it. Even one time they wear it and live with it with people. And then if they want to take something with themselves, we have different sweets and breads that they can take some and enjoy it after they travel and share it with their family and friends here.
Welcome back. You're listening to the American Dream podcast, and I'm here in the studio with Sadaf from Kurdistan.
Yeah.
Yes, I finally got it right. And we are going to talk about your luggage from Kurdistan that you brought with you when you were moving here 2 years ago. Of course, it's not going to be all the items that you brought, just the authentic items from Kurdistan that remind you of home every day. Did you brought any items like that with you?
That's a good question. In my luggage, before I came here, I talked to some friends, which before me, they moved here.
Okay.
And I asked them, what do you think that I need to take with me, which I cannot find there? And they said, you can find everything here. Even specific things about Kurdistan. There are online shops you can order and you don't need to take a lot with you. But the thing that I know that I cannot find it here was my traditional clothes. I took my traditional clothes, 2 of them with me. And I wish I could took more because some gathering and like celebrations here, like New Year celebration, I wear that. And
you just showed me some pictures of the New Year celebration here. And do you do it every March, like for the past 2 years?
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. 21st of March. Actually, it's I want to mention Professor David Romano in Springfield, which teaches in MSU. He works on Kurdish nation, and he did this in his backyard for years. Every 21st of March, he celebrated New Year, Kurdish New Year in his backyard. And as I came here, I was part of it too. And now he is in Kurdistan enjoying the New Year celebration there with his family.
Oh.
Yeah, and we celebrated New Year there with friends and neighbors.
Together. So he's Kurdish, not just an American person who is interested in Kurdish culture.
He's not Kurdish. He's a Canadian. And yeah, he's just interested in Kurdish nation and has had a lot of researches on this nation and traveled there and teaching it.
Interesting. So you said you brought clothes with you. How many outfits is that?
You mean how many parts is that? It's a lot.
And you still wish you brought more?
Yeah, that's why I took just 2 sets of it, because it's each of our clothes. It's made of different parts. Like it depends on the style. It could be like 4 to 6, 7 parts each clothes.
So what are the parts?
There are layers on top of each other. There are some like scarves on the shoulder. There's something in the waist you put on
like
your
a belt
waist. Yeah, something like that. And they're heavy sometimes. So I took 2 of them, and I don't use them that much, but in celebrations, yes, I do. I can find them here. I can really, but those are, you buy them there. They're from the, lands, and people made they're handmade. So I took some of those spices with me. But after I finished them, I ordered from Amazon, and
Amazon has everything. You said.
I can find whatever I need in Amazon.
Except your clothes.
There are some clothes, but they're not as nice as you made them there on your size. because you have some people that make it for you. They
So
have
it's
your
custom
size.
made.
Yes.
It's like tailored to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you buy just a random one, even its size fits, but it's not that much beautiful that you want.
So how expensive is it in Kurdistan to have your clothes made?
It depends on the fabric and the style that you choose. I'm sure that there are some cheap ones that if you want to have just for a picture or something. And if you want to have more expensive, they cost more and more as you want.
Of course, of course.
There are some very expensive.
What is the traditional clothing for a woman in Kurdistan?
It's long. I can give you some picture of
Yes,
mine.
absolutely. If you want to
It's a
see those
long one.
pictures, follow us on YouTube, by the way, to see the visuals of what me and Sadaf are talking about.
Yeah. They're long clothes.
Like a dress.
Yeah, like a dress. And they have different styles.
What about for men? Is that a suit or...
It's not a suit, but it's kind of look like that. It's a puffy pant and like a coat, and they put some fabrics in on their waist,
like a belt?
Yeah, something like a belt, and I can show a picture of that too to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you said you brought only clothes with you from Kurdistan, or did you bring something else?
Yeah, like some spices. and
Okay, so
stuff,
spices and clothes.
Clothes, yeah.
Okay, have you used all of your spices yet?
I finished them actually.
Oh no! When is your next trip to Kurdistan?
I don't know for now. I was planning to go this new year, but I couldn't make it. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Okay, what are you planning to bring with you next time, now that you learned your lesson?
Oh, yeah. I want to take nanqaisi. Nanqaisi is, you make it from the fruits. You boil them, mash them, and it's a little bit salty. You can do it with any kind of fruits, like pomegranate or any other.
So it's like a jelly?
You make it, the process is, it comes to be jelly at the beginning, and then you put it on a layer, on a tray to dry. Then you have layers of like paper made of fruits, which is sour and sometimes salty. Yeah, that is the one that I could find. I could order some here, but they're not the taste that the homemade ones.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Yes. And what are those called again?
Nanqaisi. Nanqaisi. Nan is like lavash. You mean?
Yeah,
it's because
naan.
of the shape of it. The qaisi is one of those fruits that you make it from.
Nanqaisi.
Originally, we say nanqaisi, but it makes from different fruits. It's not just qaisi.
Wow. I've learned so much about Kurdistan. I didn't even know that a country like that existed.
Yeah, Kurdish people lives in Middle East. Yeah, there are more than 40 million people.
Yes, which is crazy. And I absolutely enjoyed talking to you today, Sadaf. Thank you so much for visiting me. Give us a follow on our YouTube at Podcast TID, the American Dream Podcast. Until next time, stay tuned.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thanks for tuning into the American Dream Podcast. For more episodes, subscribe on your favorite platform. Keep dreaming and see you next time.